a warning?
There ain't nothing to worry about.
I'm worried that you work in an office, have children, celebrate wedding anniversaries. The world of heterosexual is a sick and boring life.
New Line Cinema presents Christina Ricci and Rosie O'Donnell as Roberta.
You're a woman on the verge. It's like a volcano ready to erupt.
Thora Birch and Melanie Griffith as Teenie.
You are a sexual magnet attracting men from the four corners of the world.
Gaby Hoffmann and Janeane Moore as Samantha.
Don't be afraid to take the plunge. You might surprise yourself. He's back, and we brought him here.
Ashleigh Aston Moore and Rita Wilson as Chrissy.
Let go of your inhibitions before you dry up like a prune.
In a film about who we were.
If you mention this to anyone, I'll beat the hell out of you.
Who we are.
It's too late for that.
Give me the culture, I'll kill you!
And the friends
That looks like Rush Limbaugh.
we have to thank for it.
Roberta, truth or dare? Truth. How big are your boobs now?
Well, just how big are your boobs?
36D, and with every penny. Of yours. And one for all.
Now and Then. Directed by Leslie Linka Glatter.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back. Have we been waiting to do this movie for a minute?
This movie has been on our long list probably since 2019.
I have to say that I have rolled my eyes at this movie for many a year, and this past viewing, I was charmed, I was beguiled, and bedazzled. And I thoroughly enjoyed it a lot more than I remember myself enjoying it.
Oh, I go way back with this movie.
So I hope we're all ready to discuss. We've got a great guest for you. Listeners, my name is Pete.
And I'm Scott, and these are the movies that made us gay.
Hey.
Michael Valvo, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back, and especially to talk about this film. I'm so excited.
We have you back for another Christina Ricci movie and another Devon Sawa movie from the year 1995.
I know. If anything, I'm consistent. That's, that is just key, isn't it?
Is there a third movie with them that's just kind of hiding in their filmography that they've done that I'm not thinking of?
I don't
think so.
No, I think it's just the two. But, what an amazing two movies in general. Still, it's wild.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a previous relationship with this movie of kind of not giving it a chance and just thinking it's okay, it's a little too cutesy bootsy for me. It doesn't have a lot of meat on its bones. But like I said, I watched it again last night and I was thoroughly entranced. I mean, a couple of things that we can talk about as we move forward.
There's a couple of things that are truly 1995, when this movie was made, absolutely, but we can look at that and we can say that we're it was made of an era, in an era when you think about it.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But, we had a lot of fun watching it. And Scott, why don't you talk about what we saw last night? Talking about today.
We're talking about Now and Then, directed by Leslie Linka Glatter, written by Marlene King, produced by Suzanne Todd and Demi Moore, released October 20th, 1995. I think that this movie was a moderate box office success when it came out, and of course went on to have a big cable TV following, and definitely a rental favorite in our household. And I believe that we had the soundtrack in my mom's car.
I mean, what a banger soundtrack.
I mean, these were all songs from my mom's childhood, so of course she loved this album.
Yeah. The soundtrack is incredible. I had the CD as well. Every song on there is a banger, and I discovered it from renting it at Hollywood Video. That's how I first saw the movie. So yeah, that's where it lived for me.
Yeah. If these girls are supposed to be, what would you say, 12, 13 years old?
Yeah, I think they're all 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're all 12 years old.
Okay, so they're all born around 1958.
Yeah, 58, maybe 59, give or take.
Because it's set in 1970. So yeah, this soundtrack. I mean, you can, if you really want to get down to it, is the soundtrack a little Forrest Gump, a little heavy-handed? No, I think these are the pop songs from that era.
This would have been the songs on the radio that they would have been riding their bike to.
Yeah,
absolutely. They're all songs that tweens, I guess you could say, were into, but even had like. Even having like All Right Now by Free, that I love that song. And like the songs that they picked for the movie are well placed in what's happening within the story, because that one, then you get the Vietnam vet in there with that song. And so like everything makes sense with the soundtrack to how the story plays out, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're going to get it out right off the bat, right at the top of the show. There are going to be a lot of comparisons to Stand By Me.
Of course.
When we talk about this movie.
A movie that I saw after Now and Then.
Sure.
I didn't get to Stand By Me until I was in high school.
All right.
So
wow.
Now and Then was kind of my original coming of age dramedy.
Yeah.
Fair.
But last night as we were watching it, I'm thinking, and that was always my big problem with this movie. I always heard that it's Stand By Me for girls a lot, and I'm watching it and I was like, it's like a seance. Like, what is going on here?
I know.
Stand By Me is so weighty, right? There's just tone of like melancholy that hangs over this movie as you're watching it. And I mean, you can't compare the two. They're two different movies, so we're not really going to spend a lot of time saying like, well, one does this and the other does that. But in tone, they're very kind of different. This is a little bit more lighthearted, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely more lighthearted. It has some serious-ish moments to it, but certainly not of the weight that like Stand By Me has. I mean, even you can just knowing that like the rating difference where Stand By Me was rated R, Now and Then it's PG-13. So even just in the rating difference alone, the subject matter is different. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about in I forget what episode I was talking. Oh, in Young Guns episode, how Kiefer Sutherland in Stand By Me scared the hell out of me. He was one of my top movie villains for the longest time because I was so scared of him in Stand By Me.
Are you saying there's nobody like that?
I'm telling you that Stinky Pete or Crazy Lou or whatever, Crazy Pete was maybe not quite as spooky as Kiefer in Stand By Me.
Definitely not.
And I was almost saying, or I was even saying last night, like this almost compares more to like a Sandlot even than to Stand By Me.
Have you seen? There's actually a meme going around currently that is saying. So something along the lines of, some people are saying it's going to be Sandlot summer. I raise you now and then summer. There's a meme going around of that. I'm not doing it the service with the words I'm saying, but I saw that and I was like, absolutely. Let's have a now and then summer. I'm cool with that.
Love it.
I'll be rocking that Susanna Hoffs song.
That one song.
That is not on anywhere streaming. You have to go to YouTube.
Oh, you found it on
really?
YouTube.
That song.
Okay.
That song to me is because it plays at the end of the movie and it's the credits, but even the start of it gives me the Friends theme song, and it's
totally.
It's kind of kitschy in the sense where I'm like, there are moments even in the movie where it almost plays a little sitcom-y, but I think this director has done a lot of sitcom work too. But the song, or like the theme song for the movie Now and Then, I was like, roll it. Like, you could have done a sitcom with that song, hands down.
We were doing the Connect the Dots with Demi Moore and who's the lead? Susanna Hoffs. That they must have just been friendly going out in New York because Susanna Hoffs was at the time married to Jay Roach, and Jay Roach directed Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, and
Susanna and Jennifer Todd, Demi's producing partners, also produced and developed Austin Powers.
And she did music for Austin Powers.
Jay Roach directed it, and Susanna was like the musical director and all of that. So it's all kind of coming. As we're watching, we're like, oh, okay. Demi really
I'm connecting all of the dots of this relationship.
Yes. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's like the 6 degrees of separation kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, we should start right off the bat with our cast here because even on both ends of the timeline, I feel like all of our leads, all of our 4 leads are doing some fun work here. Everybody is really well cast.
Yeah.
Their counterparts from their 1970 to 1995 counterparts, I think, work really well. Scott,
I have some thoughts.
Okay,
we can get into it later.
Let's get into it.
I don't know how well Ro and Christina
All right,
work.
well, let's go down the line.
We can talk more about that.
We'll talk about each character,
Sure,
and we'll talk about their cast and their counterpart as
firstly,
we go. So we should.
I was going to say, do you think it was a flex from Christina Ricci's representation that she is first billed in this movie?
Absolutely.
In a movie opposite Demi Moore.
That is
Christina
true.
Ricci's name is the first that
Yeah.
you see.
So, all right. So right off the bat, we have our 4 characters, and Roberta is the tomboy. She tapes down her budding breasts, and she does not like being chased by the boys, and she doesn't do girly things. This is Roberta, and in 1970 she's played by Christina Ricci, and in 1995 she's played by Rosie O'Donnell. So, like we said, top billed. Christina is top billed, not Ro.
Yeah.
And does that mean that I want to talk about this later on too? Is Roberta the main character?
I don't think
Is
so.
there a main character?
I mean, I would say that Gaby Hoffmann and Demi Moore are the central girl of the story.
Yeah. I think so as well, especially just because of the narration.
Because Sam gives the Sam gives the voiceover. Yeah.
But I would say, in terms of if we were to rank the 4, maybe in story, I would say Roberta is second.
Yeah, for sure.
To Samantha, I would say that for sure.
Yeah, but at the time of these young girls, all of them were child actors. All of them had movies under their belt at this point. I'm not quite sure about Ashleigh Aston Moore, if Gold Diggers was first or after this, but they had all done feature films, so they all were kind of not quite equal footing, because Christina was really the it girl out
of the 4 of them, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
So how do we feel about their casting against each other of Christina and Ro?
I like it. I see similar personality vibes. I can see. I mean, physically, it's a stretch.
I think that's what kind of bothers me the most about it.
Sure.
Yeah, physically, it's a stretch. But at the time, 1995, Rosie O'Donnell was way up there. I mean, she was a huge star of the time. So, I get it. But look wise, out of the 4 of them, that's the one that has the most distance.
Right.
For sure.
And I also feel like Rosie's just kind of doing Rosie.
Yeah.
In the present.
She can in this movie. Yeah, she's definitely... she's Rosie O'Donnell as Rosie O'Donnell.
Were you a Rosie O'Donnell show kid? Because I was.
Yeah.
I was. I would watch it every single day.
It was on at 4:00. I like being able to come home from school and watch that. Absolutely. I was a Rosie.
It was
kid.
on the same time slot as Oprah in Montana. Yeah. So you really had to make a choice. Were you going to watch Oprah or Rosie?
I watched Rosie.
Easy. I'm going to watch Rosie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure in LA it was after Oprah. Because they were on different networks, and Oprah was 3:00 and was always on 3:00. And so I think, and Oprah was on ABC. Gosh, now I'm going to get it all messed up.
Oprah was on
Sorry.
CBS in Montana.
Oh, no,
and Rosie was on ABC
All I know is in Los Angeles they were not competing. They were one after the other. So you could watch both if you wanted to.
I think here Rosie was ABC because there's a lot of New York ABC affiliates.
Oh,
so
sure.
I think for us it was an ABC show. Oprah, I couldn't tell you. Yeah. I don't remember.
Now, didn't she shoot in the morning to be Rosie?
I think she did. Yeah, I think so. It was because it wasn't live. I think she shot in the morning, and it was to be aired.
But then it was that day, though, right?
Yeah.
Which was cool. And that starts in '96. I want to say, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. This movie was before the show. Yeah.
Okay. So, Rosie, as adult Roberta, is now a doctor, an OB, I'm assuming, because she delivers. She fully delivers Chrissy's baby. But what do we think of the, I guess, not controversy, slightly controversial, but Rosie and to an extent Christina are playing Roberta Gay.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was supposedly part of the original storyline, but when they screened it, the test audiences were like, no. And so they threw in that line of
living in sin.
Roberta lives in sin with her boyfriend, but it's fine. And so they threw that in there to just like confirm that she's straight.
Right.
But, the Roberta character in 1970, she definitely like had the tomboy lesbian tendencies and trying to figure herself out. Like it's still very much there in the storyline. You know what I mean?
She's taping down her chest, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I think maybe its audiences in the 90s just couldn't reconcile. Well, she kisses the boy.
Yeah.
She kisses Scott Wiener, or what's their last name? Not Wiener.
Wormer. Yeah.
She kisses Scott Wormer, so she can't be gay, but it's like gay kids go through that. You have to, especially at that time, because that's what you did.
And it's also 1995 Devon Sawa.
I mean, who's not kissing Devon Sawa?
I mean, Bridget's sexuality is as far as I'm concerned.
The girls love him, the boys love him, everybody.
We were all lined up, okay? I mean, Devon Sawa, he did this, then he went into Little Giants, now he's playing football. I mean, for me as a kid that age, I was like, he did no wrong for me.
Yeah.
None.
Absolutely.
We were really noticing how both of those actors look older, and it's still the same year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy the difference.
Devon looks way older, than he does in Casper. So he must have shot that at the beginning of Casper, just done as one little beat, and then after that they come and do this, and then.
Yeah, because even just like with the styling of the hair, really changes the perception of age. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
Like that 1970s haircut that he has is, completely different than the Casper look. Completely different.
Yeah. I want to say something really quick going back to the little edited beat that they do for Roberta. It's Rita Wilson, it's Chrissy, who says that she's living in sin with her boyfriend, referring to Roberta. But right before that, she says something about, I've come to terms with Roberta's alternative lifestyle.
Oh, interesting.
They left it in. They
left it in.
So to us, the audience, Chrissy is so square. She's square that living with her boyfriend unwed is considered an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, in 1995. Come.
But I mean, Chrissy is also the friend that is like, what does she not let them do in the house? Is it their shoes? She says something not in the house.
They don't keep hard
liquor in the house.
Hard liquor in the house.
Yeah.
But Sam, go ahead and finish off that cig while you're here.
Yeah.
In my home.
Go ahead and finish off your Marlboro lights.
Finish off the cigarette in front of me being 9 months pregnant. Please go right ahead. And then, we're outside in the backyard. Teeny lights up too. They're both just on the swings with their cigarettes, sharing the Coors Light. And it's like,
in Chrissy's face, playing in her face. When I was a smoker, if anybody I knew was pregnant, I wouldn't even at the same party smoke a cigarette. I'd be like, no, somebody's pregnant. This is their house. I'm not going to do this around them. Rude.
Right.
That was wild to me.
Crazy.
But,
it's funny to me.
But, don't swear.
Don't swear.
But don't swear.
Don't swear. Yeah, breast is a bad word.
Yes.
That is the way that Rosie O'Donnell did that is such a Rosie delivery where she's like, breast.
Yeah.
Like, that moment screamed Rosie O'Donnell. And
almost came off as an ad-lib. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, I mean, to go back to Rosie just being Rosie in this, that to me screams it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to our character, Samantha. Samantha is the sci-fi book-loving, kind of bookworm girl. She's a little bit more woo-woo. She's got she wears this crocheted shawl everywhere.
I know.
Her parents are mid-divorce in the movie.
She's super into the paranormal.
She's very into the paranormal, tarot, and seances, and she is played by a young Gaby Hoffmann, and in the present is played by one Demi Moore.
I think this is probably my favorite casting of the movie. Yes. I think they really work as the young and old counterparts.
Yeah, this one is like home run with the casting. It's spectacular. I mean, like even just Gaby Hoffmann, she's just like, she's, for being so young in that movie too, she's so nuanced with her approach on a lot of things. And like, you know, she had a bit of a difficult storyline to play with, you know, and she did such a great job. And just the transition, even hearing when Demi Moore would do the narration, I could hear her voice and see Gaby Hoffmann's face and know that was the same person. It just made sense.
Yeah, for sure. We were kind of commenting that, like, Demi's husky voice, people that have that voice, they've had it since childhood.
She's had it since she was probably
they've had
kid.
it since they were little. They were little kids with a crazy raspy voice. You know, it's just a thing that Gaby doesn't have. But I was commenting last night, like, Gaby's so compelling as a kid actor and never comes off like precocious. Like we were talking about Sleepless in Seattle.
And I would say
she just
Thora Birch is the same way.
Oh, Thora Birch is exactly absolutely. Yeah. I mean all of them, but I was just thinking about Gaby Hoffmann in Sleepless in Seattle. I just start laughing because she's so funny in that. Just her these little lines.
Hi and goodbye.
Yeah.
H&G. Yeah. So yeah, she's great. I was telling Scott that
I didn't know this.
Gaby Hoffmann kind of has a kooky little like storyline growing, like her personal storyline. Like
her personal story.
Yes. Her mother is Andy Warhol's superstar Viva. And she grew up her childhood years living in the Chelsea Hotel in Manhattan.
No.
Yes.
Like a Factory Eloise.
Yeah, it's like a
situation.
Like a Factory Eloise. Absolutely.
That's fascinating.
Yes. So she has grown up around counterculture. You know, like I said, her mother's an Andy Warhol superstar. Like all of that crazy life, living in the Chelsea with like, you know, Janis Joplin's ghost and Courtney Love running around and like, you know, like all of that. And so this is why this girl is just, you know, wise beyond her years, quote unquote.
Yeah.
She has this kind of interesting backstory, if you will. Yeah. So kind of informs who she is as a child actor and kind of even who she is today as, you know, as an adult. Yeah. You know,
I met her very recently. She was at my survival job and nobody else knew who she was except me and even other gay people. And I was like, I'll have homework to do. How dare you? And so I did go up to her because I was like, I'm so sorry. I usually don't do this because you know, it's just not the thing to do. But I was like, she was a Now and Then. I have to talk to her. And I told her, I was like, I love Now and Then. And you were so fabulous in that. And her friends, they turn, they go, what's Now and Then?
No.
And she goes, my friends don't even know who my life. Thank you for knowing Now and Then. And I told her, because it's true, I always wanted that treehouse. And she said, you get that treehouse. Whatever in life is that treehouse for you, you get it. And I was like, I'm going to get my treehouse, Gaby. And she was so nice. And she wore here's the gag. She kind of was wearing a similar pantsuit type of look that Demi Moore wears in this movie as Samantha. Yeah. She was like, that's kind of what she was wearing. And I just thought that was fascinating. I feel like I kind of met real grown up, like the character Samantha, but yet I met her. It was a really cool experience. And like I said, the only person who knew who she was.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I missed Now and Then when it first came out. At that point, I was a teenager, so I just kind of wasn't that super interested. But then when I did go back to see it, Gaby Hoffmann had grown up a bit, and she kind of had grown into this kind of cool New York persona that she has. And so the interesting thing was when I did see Demi step out of that car in this menswear,
it makes sense.
Look, I was just like, this, like you said, this looks like Gaby would wear this today, and
she does.
But how would they know in 1995 at 12 years old that that's the kind of gal she's going to grow up to, or this kind of woman she's going to grow up to be? And she kind of did. They were very prescient in that with the styling and the casting and all of that. So good job. That does remind me really quickly. Side note. Clea Duvall walked into my work, and no one knew who she was but me.
At TJ's?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, even the comeback?
Not even any of your queer coworkers?
They weren't there.
Knew of
they weren't
but
there.
I'm a cheerleader?
It was an opening shift, and so nobody was there that would have known. But yeah, I was...
Crazy.
Yeah.
I forget that both Christina and Gaby were paired together in 200 Cigarettes.
Yes, indeed.
It makes me think that they just
were.
kind of kept up as friends, and they were just
they
were just paired together and
I've read that
cigarettes.
they are best friends.
I read that as well, yeah.
That they are, and like, I love that they're best friends. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall when the two of them are having coffee or a glass of wine. I bet it would be fascinating just to hear them talk. I would love it.
Absolutely. 100%. Let's go on to talk about Teenie.
Yes.
Tina.
Thora Birch is my MVP of the movie. I love Thora Birch.
She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Tina is our most girly girl of the group. She wants to be an actress. She has all of the posters of the teen idols on her wall. She is very fascinated in, all things girly. She reads Cosmo, the quizzes, all of that stuff. She's stuffing her bra because she's not as developed as Roberta. And she grows up to be an actress. She fulfills her dream, and she's played by our MVP of the child cast, Thora Birch, and as an adult, she's played by Melanie Griffith.
I also really like this casting. This is also something that you always see in movies and TV. Maybe it goes for both of you. Did either of you grow up with someone that went on to be oddly famous? Because I don't think I did.
Did I grow up with anyone?
I don't know. And also kind of being friends with people that went to school in L.A. I know our friend Josh, I think, went to school, some actors that would have success after high school. But yeah, you always see stuff like this in movies.
Yeah. I did not where I grew up. No, not anyone that I
Same.
With. Or even like from other like school districts, and like we were all the same. Like, no.
Like, did you know so and so went to that school like across town? Do I? You know my friends.
No, I don't think so.
Not super famous, halfway famous. We have half famous friends. But I think Melanie, it's so funny because here we are 30 years later.
Yeah.
And, Demi right now within the past few years is kind of having this renaissance. And along with her acting renaissance is her kind of like her look is always constantly like under the microscope and what work she's had done and what's working and what doesn't and when the work settles and when it doesn't look great and all that. And I think Melanie as well has kind of suffered this, like, they're aging. They're women of a certain age. They're in their later 60s by now. And Melanie hasn't come off quite as lucky as Demi when it comes to the goodwill of how she's looking lately and just kind of her career. I think
Demi's career post Oscar nomination is really interesting because she's never managed to get to that working girl, like
Melanie.
Level of role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think kind of playing maybe like a blonde bombshell or kind of that type of character. She's got the baby. She's got a little bit of a baby voice, and so that probably is not really working in her favor for a lot of people's opinions of her.
Right.
But in this movie, I think I hesitate to say first thing off the bat, but she looks fantastic.
Oh my god, she looks great.
Yeah,
looks incredible.
Her body is slamming. I'm like, oh my god.
When she comes out of that limo in that little white suit that looks very First Wives Club as well, and
Very
she's just
First
like,
Wives
"Hey,
Club.
bitches!" She looks incredible, and I love when we see how Chrissy just about passes out when she says "bitches," and it shows up looking like that. But it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's great when she steps out of a white limousine.
Yes.
So
it has a VCR.
So you have never seen John Waters' Cecil B. Demented with Melanie Griffith, and there's a running joke that they send her a white limousine.
A white fucking limousine? Nobody'll know. We're in Baltimore. Do I look like Liberace's goddamn boyfriend, for Christ's sake? I have black limousine only in my contract. The charity probably made the arrangement. It was an honest mistake. Do I look like a coke dealer? No, Miss Whitlock. Do I look like I am going to the fucking prom?
At the airport, right?
She plays famous Hollywood actress by the name of Honey Whitlock, who is going to Baltimore for a movie premiere, and she's just like, I hate going to these premieres in these podunk towns.
Why am I in Baltimore?
All these ugly people. What am I doing here? Another Honey Whitlock day. They're going to hand me the stupid key to the city, and let's just get the hell out of here. And where's my limo? And the limo gets there, and she's like, a white limousine? Do I look like a Coke dealer to you? Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I love that.
And she steps out of a white limo in this movie, and
I like to think that she's just playing Honey Whitlock in this movie too. I like to think that they're the same character.
Yeah, it is a version.
Why not?
It's a version.
If
of the
Rosie
same
can be Rosie, let her be Honey.
Yeah, I love.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah,
I remember Rosie telling stories on the talk show of working with Mel and just Melanie just cursing up a storm. I want a hot fucking dog.
A hot fucking dog.
Just saying the word fuck in every single sentence.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Kathy Griffin talks about Melanie inviting her over to her Hancock Park mansion, and Melanie opening the door in leather pants and a skull t-shirt, barefoot, just like, come on in.
No, isn't that John Waters? When he met her?
Oh, I thought it was Kathy Griffin.
John Waters
maybe
tells
us a very similar story.
Because John asked her,
True.
what's the worst movie you've ever been in?
Yeah.
And she said, without missing a beat, Cherry 2000.
Cherry 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Cecil B. Demented, the point of Cecil B. Demented, it's a satire on filmmaking, and
of course,
and it's sort of like
poor choices in Hollywood,
sort of like a Patty Hearst story too.
Yeah, she gets she's a famous, A-list rom-com actress who gets abducted by radicalized film students. And so they're there to teach Hollywood and the MPAA a lesson about terrible cinema. There's even a joke about the Flintstones, some film festival being canceled so that they could show the Flintstones sequel, but there actually wasn't even a Flintstones sequel when the movie was made. That was a joke about how terrible that was, and then they made a sequel.
Oh God! And then they made the sequel, and that. Oh, jeez.
So it's a lesser known John Waters movie, but there's a lot of really good one-liners in it, and it's got Melanie, and she's really funny in it, and
gotta watch it.
Yeah, we recommend it. But we were talking about Thora, and Scott, you said Thora's your MVP.
Yeah,
for the
I think
actors.
Thora's my MVP. I think she's great.
She's so good in it, and she's very grounded, and she also, I think, out of the four of them, she's the strongest comedic actress too, because she's got some great bits in this movie. So I think comedically, she really she just had that sprinkling. It was great.
All day long I've just been saying, and the balls.
I saw the dick
and the penis and the balls.
Yeah. So she's got some memorable ones in there.
She really does. Oh my God.
And so rounding out our main cast, we have the character of Chrissy. She is our I don't know. How would you describe Chrissy? Is she prissy? She's the most square, I guess. Sheltered.
Yeah, she's very naive. In some ways, I look at the four of the girls in this. I say they're 1970 counterparts. I'm going to go with that. Maybe a little more than the 95, just because the movie is really more about the young girls. There's almost a little bit of a Golden Girls trope to
We were discussing this. We were trying to match them up. I wanted to ask you.
So I think Chrissy is the Rose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's naive to a lot of things. As we learn, we'll talk about that amazing Bonnie Hunt scene. I'm sure we'll get to that because fabulous. But to me, it's like this. She's the Rose of the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, Thora Birch is as Teeny is the Blanche. And I think the other two kind of take turns being a Dorothy and a Sophia. They both have moments of it.
I asked Scott last night. I said, "Well, which one do you think is Ma, Sam or
is
Roberta?"
Christina Ricci the Ma? I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's moments where I hear it. I'm like, okay, that's Dorothy. Nope, they're Sophia. They kind of go back and forth. But the definitive Rose and Blanche are the two of them for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
So Chrissy as in 1970 is played by Ashleigh Aston Moore, and in 1995 she's played by Rita Wilson.
I was reading that Jamie Lee Curtis initially cast and dropped out.
Oh.
Could you see
as adult Chrissy?
Adult Chrissy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that Rita Wilson kind of works for me in the adult scenes, even though the styling of the character is insane.
Adult Chrissy is the most cartoonish of them all. Like the everything, the pink wardrobe,
everything,
the curls.
The pink wardrobe. Yeah. It's just the no swearing, the keeping the house as a time capsule. Yeah, it's very cartoonish, and I don't know if Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, she's amazing. I'm sure she would have done it in her own way to the best of her ability. But yeah, I think this worked out the best way.
Yeah,
I do.
I agree. And of our 4 young stars, I feel like Ashleigh Aston Moore has kind of the least amount of credits, maybe at the time. Like I said, she's in Gold Diggers, The Secret of Bear Mountain, but I always kind of thought of that as a Christina and Anna Klumsky kind of vehicle. Yeah. So maybe she's not quite high in the cast. Mm-hmm. But for the character that it's so interesting that there a couple of times the character is called fat. There's a trivia moment about Kirsten Dunst being offered the part, but them asking her to put on some weight and her saying, no, I'm not going to do that. And it's like, Ashley's not fat in this movie.
Yeah, she looks like a totally normal
girl.
She's like a normal 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. So it's so crazy.
Yeah, when they say, if we're all on a deserted island, who would we eat first? Chrissy, because she'd feed the most. Like, oh my God, like, oh.
Wild.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I love that at the beginning it's set up that Roberta and Chrissy both stayed. In the neighborhood. Yeah. And they're both still really close because, they live in the neighborhood together. Right. And one of the funniest moments is when they commandeer the limo from this limo driver. I'm like, just let him drive. He knows how to drive a limo. He'll get you to the hospital fast. But,
I know.
It's a joke moment.
Roberta knows all the back roads.
She knows all the back roads. But when they're driving and Roberta just goes, oh, Chrissy, there's your uncle. Oh, that's not him. But
I know.
In a small town like that, that's stuff that happens. You're like, oh, dude.
Yes. Yeah. You think you wave and you're like, oh, no, that's not that. Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. And, she's obviously known in the town, too. Like, what at the beginning of the movie with the kids in the basketball, like, they're like, hey, Doc, And so for her to drive a limo, she probably might want to be seen like that because it is small town, it's a moment. Yeah. Sure. Take your moment.
Yes. But Chrissy has some fun moments. One of them being, like you mentioned, her moment with her mother, as played by Bonnie Hunt.
We were wondering if Bonnie Hunt rewrote her dialogue, or is just Bonnie Hunt just that good at taking what's on the page and just knocking it out of the park? I don't know.
I don't know. I could see it being both.
Yeah,
for sure. Because Bonnie Hunt is so funny, and she has a filthy mind too.
Yes.
So for her to come up with the If she had a hand in coming up with the flowering in the garden analogy, I could totally see Bonnie Hunt doing that. And it's, when she was like, and every garden needs a big hose or a small one, as long as it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe little additions, a little bit about the size of the hose. Yeah, I think that's very Bonnie Hunt. But yeah, I mean, she's a writer. She's a comedy writer. She, when she had her sitcoms, the Bonnie Hunt show, I remember her telling, probably on Rosie, this story. That when the Bonnie Hunt show got greenlit, she wrote the entire season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like every episode. Like I think they got like 13 episodes and she's just like, so then we went and wrote them all.
Yeah.
All 13 is like, no sitcom does that.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's not how it works.
And I enjoyed that show. I think it was on for 2 seasons, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But I loved it. She was fabulous in that. And then she had her own talk show also for a little bit.
Well, what I was going to say about that is that I think that Bonnie Hunt is one of my favorite talk show guests of all time.
Oh,
because whoever the host is, she's really good with the back and forth. She's just a fun conversation.
She is, yeah.
And so whenever she's on, especially when she would be on Rosie or even Letterman, there was a show, it was called what did Craig Ferguson get? The Scottish guy. What show was that?
Was it just Late Night
The
with Craig
late, no, it was
Ferguson?
like the Late Late
It
Show
was
or
the
something.
Late Late
It was
Show.
after, because it was after Letterman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be like Letterman was 11:30 to 12:30. It was on at 12:30. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was the Late Late Show because Letterman was the Late Show, and the host before Craig Ferguson was an older guy, and I can't remember his name. I'll think of it. But he was an older talk show host, like straight from the 70s, gray hair, and just very. But Bonnie Hunt would go on that show and just charm the pants off this guy, and I loved it because she's just such a charming, affable person, and I love her and everything. And there's the title card at the beginning of the movie when it's showing us the cast, and the title card says with
Janeane Garofalo, Hank Azaria, and Bonnie Hunt.
And we're like, all right.
What a title card.
All right, let's go.
What a title card of a trio. And then I think right
punch.
after that, and then they say, and Cloris Leachman. And you're just like, oh, if it didn't get any better, we're going to throw in Cloris Leachman. Like, my God, they really got some great names for this movie,
Yeah, They did. So we were talking as we're watching it, and, we just did Fried Green Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we're thinking, what this movie kind of is missing, if anything, is do we want more from them in the present?
I feel like I need scenes to cut back to all throughout the movie.
Yeah. I think that would have, like, if there's one thing to do differently, I would have liked to have seen more of them just to learn about the women that they became and just, like, maybe get a little more of their journey. Like, we know they made this pact and, here they are, honoring the pact. But, they said Samantha has not been back in 10 years. So what's been going on in the 10 years? Like, she kind of talks about, like, she's had the failed relationships. She's not fallen in love. But, I guess, and they hint on things here and there, but I would have liked to have just seen a little bit more fleshed out of their adult lives.
Yeah.
And just, I agree with that.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you. Because we were just like, and they're also great, compelling, like, name actresses that it's so interesting that they're just in this bookend kind of storyline situation for this movie. But
they probably filmed everything in like 3-4 days, wrapped them up.
Yeah.
No, they were only there for like just a couple of days. That was it. So for them, that check cleared. They were like, next project.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about the frame story of, okay, it's the summer 1970, school's out. We have 3 months. Demi's like, we got 3 months. And Scott goes, 3 months? I was like, yeah, man, back then school was over June 1st and you were not back until September. Yeah, 3 full months of vacation. But ultimately, and I had forgotten because I haven't seen this movie in so long, that, I guess the base for their journey is this Dear Johnny character.
This is the driving force of the plot. In Stand By Me, it was, do you want to see a dead body? And I guess that in Now and Then, it's the identity of Dear Johnny.
Right.
Right. And how he died. Yeah, exactly.
And, like Stand By Me is like a couple of days. This is, I would say longer than that, probably.
The whole summer.
Yeah, it's the whole summer.
Yeah.
But, I think for the driving story of this movie, it's giving these girls something to do, right? It's giving them, they're like, all right, this is our mission. We're doing our little seance. I love that the lightning storm happens. I do have to say the Peter Pan shadow of like Dear Johnny in the tree sent me to the moon. I was like, oh my God. There's fully a ghost child waving at Gaby Hoffmann. I had forgotten about that.
And I also think what's funny to me is, like they're having this seance, and like a seance is a common theme in the movie. And I'm thinking, gosh, okay, no, this is 1995, and The Craft also came out in 1995. So I'm like, what a big year for seances in the movies, like. It's just kind of interesting. Another movie that had 4 girls doing seances. Thought that was interesting.
I think that age of your life is when you're the most like you start hearing about things, Ouija boards, and how all that stuff.
Let's contact the ghost of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
She didn't work out
cooperative last time.
Like things like that make me think like this could have been a sitcom if it wanted to be, because I was like, that was a very sitcom moment. Like, well, it didn't work out last time. I don't know. Like, it was funny to me. But like, you're right. At that age, I remember like going to like KB Toys and Toys R Us and walking down the board game aisle, and there was always Ouija boards there, and I knew that it was like there was mystery to it, but like also knew, because like parents are like, don't mess with that stuff, So I always knew there was this allure to it, but it was always the, we don't talk about it. We don't, no. So yeah, it's part of the age for sure.
There's just go ahead.
I was gonna say, we were using a Ouija board in my grandma's basement.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I did not have that.
So at my Catholic school, there was, a lot of kids who were like, oh, you can't use it, whatever. So they were like, oh, no, you can just get a piece of paper and write the whole Ouija board on it and then use anything circular like a ring.
Works the same way.
And it works the same way. And it's like, well, really, the Ouija board doesn't work. But I think there's just that weird little like time of being a kid where there's that kind of like real magic that you see of like Ouija boards and mood rings and like all of this stuff that you're like, if you do this with your hand and like you count you'll know how many kids you're gonna have and like
and like doing like the palm readings and all of the lines on your hand, all of that. That was pretty big at that time.
And I would imagine in the early 70s and 1970, just all of these things, mood rings start to come out, and it's just
we always talk about
magic.
that. We love to watch the VH1 I Love the Decade series, which are all on YouTube.
Yes.
And the 70s ones are always my favorite because we have reference for everything in the 70s, but it's a little far removed. But the 70s was a wild-ass decade. It starts with Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just gets weirder.
Yeah.
Because you get stuff like the oil crisis.
Yeah.
What other crazy things happened in the 70s?
I mean, a lot of crazy shit.
The Patty Hearst kidnapping in the 70s.
Yeah. But one of the things in the voiceover is Demi saying it was the summer of 1970, and this is before, what did she say? Nintendo
and MTV.
And MTV.
And MTV, yeah.
Right? But it's like, meanwhile, you go on like TikTok or Twitter and you just search anything Gen X, and they're like, oh, growing up in the 90s was the best because we just stayed out until the lights came. Everybody has this rose-colored glasses view of their childhood, of it being such an innocent time. And it's like, oh, that was before Nintendo and MTV. And now we're talking about the 90s of that was before Instagram and smartphones. At that time they were saying, well, now all these kids are so distracted by things, but we look back on that time as like being less distracted. So
exactly. Simple.
Because there's a big nostalgia boom for the 90s right now, and
I love it. I'm having so much fun with it.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's great. I think now too. I remember like in like 2000, 2001, 99, like right in there when a lot of 70s fashion was coming back, like the bell-bottom jeans and things like that. So now I'm looking back and thinking my parents, like they both graduated high school in 77. So I kind of wonder what, they were feeling the nostalgia then. And now it's like our turn to feel the nostalgia a little bit. And I'm like, wow, it's a circle of life. I'll tell you what. It's crazy.
It's interesting because this movie, it's like it's set in 1970 and these are the last decades of the 20th century were really the last time when you can really differentiate like,
yes,
that's an old movie.
True era.
Sure. Because I was saying like, okay, this is 1970 and Dear Johnny died in 1945. That's like if 12-year-olds today were like, do you remember that car crash from the year 2000?
Sure. Or asking your grandma about someone that died in the year 2000.
The difference between 1945 and 1970 is like dinosaurs and humans.
Absolutely. Well, it's 25 years the other direct because it's 1970 to 1995. So it's interesting how we're going back 25 years to this incident. It's just the parallel of that. It's just kind of interesting.
But it's like now when you look back 25 years, it's like if you just showed us pictures of people, it's like okay.
Yeah,
it's like
they didn't have iPads, but it doesn't look that much different.
It's like 2003, right?
Right.
Is it 2003?
25 years from 2026? No, 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Oh, 2001. Yeah. We're 26. Yeah.
Legally Blonde came out in
Yeah,
2001.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It's like for them going back to 1945 is like, well, we might as well be going back to like freaking Beethoven or like Da Vinci or something, you know. But nowadays, to go back to the year 2001, it's like, okay, well, yeah, sure, that was a while ago, but there's a record of it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I still remember it extremely well. You know,
But for kids, of course, you know, when your whole life is 12 years, 3 years ago is like a third of your life. So
it's true, and it feels like forever.
There's I read that there was some. I was just thinking about these ideas of like kids and this kind of these rituals that kids have of seances and going on these adventures, and that's just really a few mile bike ride. That's this adventure that they'll remember for the rest of their lives and all that stuff. There's a deleted scene about the girls and the little boy that talks to Chrissy.
Oh, the one with the glasses.
Yeah. Who, if we're paying attention, and I guess if the deleted scene was left in, it would make a little bit more sense. Mm-hmm. That's the man that comes in at the end of the movie.
That's
right.
The dentist.
Yes.
With the crazy plugs.
With the crazy hair plugs.
What are they whispering about?
They're whispering about the fact that they did something to.
It was at the carnival.
Did they read fortune or something? They had a fortune telling booth at the carnival, and
the girls
did. Yes. And they told him that he was going to marry Chrissy. So he goes over to her and he says, "Hello, dear." And she's like,
"Okay,
Rose."
that makes sense.
And so Teeny and Samantha are whispering to each other, and they're kind of saying like, "Oh, like, you know."
Yeah, because they were doing this carnival scene or like being part of this because it was a way to show them making money for the treehouse. Right. Because in the beginning of the movie, they say that their goal of the summer is to make this money for this treehouse that they want to get. But you never really see them
trying to make the money.
Except for the garage door, they just carry around this coffee tin of like $100-something everywhere they go.
Yeah.
But you don't really see them work for it except that one time. So I wish we did have that deleted scene. I wish it wasn't deleted is what I'm saying. Just so we could see a little more story. But
yeah. We need to talk about this treehouse.
Yeah.
Because this is a feat of civic engineering.
You could charge a couple grand for rent for this in Los
I think
Angeles.
you have to get a what do they call it? Dwelling, like alternate dwelling, like license to have that.
You got to get the permit.
Yeah,
to have this
permits.
Thing. Yes, because also like the way that tree,
ADU,
the way that it's set and how they did it, like they had to cut down so many branches. There's no tree that just naturally is like, let's put in this Airbnb of a treehouse,
and it comes in as a kit.
Exist.
Yeah, they're prefab. So the idea is that it's a prefab treehouse, which I think the idea is that it's a prefab, like just a playhouse.
I think it's just exactly.
You just buy and there's scenes in it where they kind of break into like the
where
the store that sells
Teeny and Samantha
it's a Sears,
meet up there,
and they're sitting in one that's like the demo model. And I think the idea is that you just buy this for your backyard, but it's just this playhouse. But they're like, we're going to put it in that tree.
Yeah, and then they got those ladders and everything that they built, and it's just it is so cool. I wanted that as a kid. I absolutely did.
It has roof. The roof tiles are like a real roof. It's like tar and.
Oh my God! And then at the end of the movie, how they're decorating it with the curtain. Well, at the end of the 1970 portion, let me say.
Right.
They're hanging the curtains. Roberta is putting up a bird feeder, and all of a sudden she looks like she's 16 now. Like, you notice that? I was like, oh, Christina Ricci, Roberta just grew up.
Yeah, I mean, did they have reshoots or these pickup shots? What's going on?
It kind of looked like that for a second. She had like her shirt tucked in nicely, little blouse. I was like, okay, Roberta, hanging up the thing. Then you got the other one up on the roof, journaling, and it's so interesting. But nonetheless, like, what a feat of engineering to get that thing up there, and I wanted it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that treehouse is coveted by many gay boys throughout the land. Also. And $128 in 1970 money.
Yeah,
what a steal!
Yeah, I know.
What a steal!
I know.
Talk about inflation, because those sheds down at like Ace Hardware that are just made of plastic.
They're like the cheapest one is $1,000.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just going to say, like, around here at the Home Depot, that's not too far. Like, they're like $2,000 because they're just. I mean, New York, sure, prices, but still, like, they're expensive.
And they're like maybe 5 feet by 5 feet. This thing that they're sitting in is like huge. And
then as adults too, comfortably sitting in there with that newborn.
How did they get that baby?
How did they get that newborn baby up in that tree?
I know, right? They're
carrying it in their arm, handing it to you, passing it off like.
Like what?
Oh my god!
It's just crazy. But they're all up there, comfy as can be, like wild.
Yeah. If they figured out some sort of pulley and lift system for like a basket to take up supplies, and they put the baby in it, but even so, that thing's 25 years old. I'm not trusting my 1-day-old baby.
Yes.
Yeah. This rickety, that kid's gonna need like tetanus shots.
Yeah, and also, like, this story takes place in Indiana. Like, do you know that they've gone through some weather back in the day? Yeah. 25 years worth of weather. Like, what? You got to be kidding me. Yeah. No.
That's why it had that roof. That shit was reinforced, because that thing
hell yeah.
coming down.
Yeah, well, and, rain plays a big part in this movie in a lot of scenes.
Yes.
So, we see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that scene where she ends up in the sewer grate?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's also the biggest sewer drain in the history of sewer drains. That thing is massive.
I mean, the fact that she just fit through was crazy. And then, then she's down there and she's like, "Oh, look, there's a yo-yo and there's blah blah blah." And I'm like, and there's also
she's shopping.
There's also gray water and like the town's sewage, like that you're standing
and that rat that's climbing on her and everything. It's like, what? It's wild.
Yeah, we need this moment of peril, and I had seen it, but I hadn't seen it in a long time. And when we first do see Crazy Pete at the beginning on his bicycle, just like riding through the cemetery in the middle of the night.
You laughed.
I did laugh, but I was like, oh, he's going to save the day. Like,
you could just kind of tell.
I've seen movies before. I know how this works. He's going to save the day.
Yeah.
And lo and behold.
He does. And then, when he gets her up and they jump back in fear and, he's like, why are you afraid of me? What? Why?
Yeah. Why are you afraid of me? Sent me. I was like, oh my God.
I'll tell you what, Thora Birch, the little star that she is, she did deliver that really well and honestly. And she was just like, well, I'm a kid and you come out at night. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. You ride your bike through the cemetery in the middle of the night. It's cuckoo.
Yeah. She did a great job delivering it. And like, she had such an earnest way about saying it that I buy it still. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it is weird. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. Teenie and Samantha had this moment where, Samantha admits that her parents are having trouble, and, they have this little moment together, and Teenie takes off her necklace and makes it 2 little bracelets, one for each of them to have, and they're riding home in the rain, and Samantha's falls off, and Teenie's like, girl, let's come back tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
we can just make you a new one.
She's like, I know it's mine and it's a gesture and all that, but let's come back in the morning.
Let's come back in the morning. But even just as it's storming down, like, we'll find it tomorrow. Let's go, because it'll still be there tomorrow. Like
in the middle of the street. I liked that they took moments for little individual pairings.
Sure.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
My favorite of those pairings are the one where Roberta fakes her drowning. Too.
Oh my God.
Where Chrissy cold cocks her, mollywops her across the face.
They drag her out. She's going to do mouth to mouth on her.
Yeah. And none of them want to do it.
That's like the stupid shit that kids would do, though.
Yeah. You do it.
Fake a drowning.
Oh, well, yeah. That too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we've all done it like in like family pools, where you kind of like.
Oh, how long until someone finds me passed out in this pool?
But I mean, it's that script device of that they're the closest as adults, and you can kind of see that relationship as children of how it kind of starts. Because I take it that they're the closest of probably any of them in their adult lives.
They literally stayed in the same place their whole lives. So like they've been there through all the ups and downs and things, that of course we don't see in this movie, but like as you are friends with whomever for a long period of time. You go through that stuff. Yeah.
Roberta's delivering Chrissy's baby, for crying out loud.
Yes.
It reminded me, though, of like, have you ever been in a friend group where it's like, there's this group of you, but then you kind of do sometimes break off into little individual, like little pairings, and you're like, I don't have as much in common with this person as I do with this other.
Sure.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I've done that several times. And I do think though, when you have like pairings of the friendships, like pair off, but you're still together, I think that does strengthen the dynamic of the group though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think it definitely does, because, I mean, they're all here all these years later, but yeah, I think it is a good thing. I think it's probably healthy. Yeah.
It just reminded me, there's a Seinfeld episode where George and Elaine get paired off and they don't really have anything to talk about. So then they just start making fun of Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah. Okay.
And then that's what they just both laugh about, just making fun of Jerry. But yes, so sometimes you just become part of a friend group, and maybe two people come in as best friends, and so they have this dynamic together, and they work really well. And then maybe you have a moment where you're like, okay, well, me and so have to go and like buy the drinks or whatever, and you're just like waiting in line, like, so.
Would you say that Teenie has the least in common with Chrissy, maybe? If you were to kind of mishmash their like relationships?
Yeah, I feel like Roberta can kind of work with all of them, especially in the 70s. I think Roberta's kind of equally friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That is an interesting one. Like, who do we not see? Yeah.
I think they're definitely, they're opposite in a lot of ways, but yet they're definitely the two girliest girls. So I think they definitely have some common ground in that aspect. For sure, but I think just in terms of like that scene when they're doing the Cosmo quiz, and they all knew exactly how Chrissy would answer,
right?
and they make fun of her for it. But so I think just because Chrissy is so square and Teenie is this sex crazed kind of child almost. I mean, like I said, the Blanche of the group.
It's
they would be the two that if they were in a room by themselves, they would probably just talk about the color pink, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the character of Teenie, it's like you don't see child characters written like this anymore.
Yeah.
Like you don't see this
tough to get
anymore in movies and TV.
They don't let kids have
They don't let kids be sexual, which I know that is kind of weird, but I would say that it kind of works with this character.
Yes, it works because
it seems believable and because of the era.
She's not like out there trying to bag these boys. She's just interested in it, right?
Yeah.
They're 12, so she's the most vocal about being interested and like doing girly.
She doesn't turn into the Mina Suvari character in American Beauty. I guess it never goes that far.
The thing is, she ultimately gets married to Dr. Morton, so it's not like she's out there like doing all these dudes or whatever, or being this Mina Suvari character. So ultimately, she does like end up. Oh no, Chrissy gets married to Dr. Morton. Never mind.
Right. Yeah.
Skinny dipping scene with the boys. Wild. How? Even in '95, could they do that? And those boys are naked too. Like naked. You see some like 12-year-old boy butt. Crazy.
You do.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, the fact that it was made even in '95. Like it's wild.
I mean,
it's absolutely wild.
The characters, it's all the Wormers. So in the movie, they are all brothers.
They're all brothers, right?
And this is a kind of somewhat secluded, like old swimming hole that they're swimming in. And we were talking about it. I guess there's an episode of The Brady Bunch where Bobby and Cindy are wrapped in towels, and they go and they're talking to Alice, and Alice is like, "Oh, where are you going?" And they're like, "Oh, we're going to like so-and-so's house. We're going to go swimming." And Alice says something about Bobby's bathing suit and opens his towel, and the implication is that Bobby's naked. And Bobby and Cindy are like, "Yeah, we're going skinny dipping." And Alice is like, "Oh." And I guess they've cut that from Paramount Plus.
We'll have to dig out our DVDs.
Yeah. And so you can look it up, and there's this shot of Bobby with his towel open from the back, and Alice just looking at him like, oh, what? So I don't know. Skinny dipping for children was a little bit less of an issue in the 70s.
I guess it was. I mean, and I sure, the age, the innocence, it's not meant to be sexual or anything. Yeah. Not at all. Not it's four brothers doing. Yeah. So it's definitely not. I mean, it's a funny scene with the girls there watching, and of course, the penis and the balls,
and the balls.
Is funny. And they're looking in with fascination, but then also even like when Teeny goes, but when they get hard, they get this big. And the gigantic gesture that she portrays with her hands. It's like, oh my God.
The hard-on explanation is great. What I do love about this scene is that they're like, okay, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get back at these wormers for being dicks. Yes. So they are naked. We're going to steal their clothes and we're going to take off, right? But my favorite part is that, like, bitch, we got to run. Like, we need to go. So they're like, Chrissy, go first.
I know. It was another, like, I fat joke, I guess I don't, but they were like, you got to go first, girl. You're going to slow us down.
You know which of your friends is the least athletic. You know which of your friends can run the slowest. So you're like, legit, you run the slowest. So I don't, it doesn't necessarily need to be a fat joke. It just needs to be, she's the least athletic. She doesn't like playing sports. So she's going to get caught. So you go now. And then when you have a head start, then we're going to call them. And get started. So I kind of like that they were like, all right, we know what's up and we know how to get ourselves out of this. And
and I do. And it is funny when Roberta's like, dream on, assholes. And like, that's funny. Yeah. Like to hear these kids swear and like at each other. It's very comical. Yeah. It really is. And it's still just like, it's wild that was made. Like and the way that they did that too, like there's no way they had like
they have those modesty socks. But
I don't know.
I'm not convinced that a lot of them did.
Listen, in the most recent It movies, there's scenes where they're all wearing tighty whities to jump into the into the quarry. Those things are padded. They look like they are just about to do a lip sync for your life on Drag Race because they are wearing 10 pairs of tighty whities. So there's no slip ups. Yeah. Because there's some close ups of them in the underwear. But it looks like they're wearing 10 pairs of underwear. And in this movie, these boys are naked as a jaybird.
Absolutely. And I mean, the waivers I just can't imagine the paperwork, all the things, or not. Maybe they did. I don't know.
Who
95.
knows? Yeah.
Who knows? But it's still just like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's a crazy scene.
It's cuckoo, but
it's cuckoo. And, and I'm sure that because I know for girls watching this movie at a young age and because I know a lot of girls loved this movie growing up, slumber parties, this was like a go-to kind of a movie for a lot of girls, like a lot of millennial girls. So I imagine that scene was probably rewound a few times. Sure. They were just like, oh my God, I'm sure of it.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Devon Sawa, man, he's just he was definitely. I mean, he still can get it.
Yeah, we discussed this on our last episode.
Like, Jeez Louise, get out of here.
He is a gorgeous man.
Yeah.
Oh, can I keep you any way you want? Okay, seriously.
Yeah. But I mean, let's talk about the supporting cast because, like we said, there are some heavy hitters in this.
Cloris Leachman doing the most with nothing.
With nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
And boy, she makes a meal out of it, and she is. I mean, she's a class act. I mean, just the knocking on the door and going through the windows and over the porch. And, oh my God, it's so funny. I'm sure she added the physical comedy element to it. I'm sure she did because she's a grandma in it, but she made it her own in the best way.
Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of a Malcolm in the Middle rewatch, and so I just kind of expected her to have a Polish accent, but she didn't. But yeah, Cloris is doing some great work in this. I would like to talk about Wiladene.
Oh,
Wiladene,
Wiladene.
the
Janeane Garofalo,
the waitress slash.
one of the
medium.
first ladies in movies that made us gay.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Janeane Garofalo's Wiladene. This wig that she's wearing.
So is it giving
so
you
good.
Joan Baez or Janet from Three's Company?
I mean,
I get Joyce DeWitt. That's what I always got. Yes.
It's before Joyce DeWitt's time because Three's Company didn't start until '76, I believe.
Yeah,
but it's around that era.
yeah. It was still a look, but she's so deadpan in the movie. It's very funny with her delivery of everything.
Calling them boys.
Yeah,
calling them boys. We're girls, and she's like, I know. It's just.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Great. And then when later on when they do need to go to to the medium and all that, and it turns out to be her, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
I liked how Gaby shuffles those cards because you can tell Gaby knows how to shuffle some cards.
Did it at the Chelsea.
Yep. That's what and that's what
where she learned it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She's probably out there cutting cards all the live long day.
Absolutely. She knew exactly what she was doing. Oh my God. Yeah. It was good.
We get a little appearance from Hank Azaria. The body on those guns on Hank Azaria.
Showing off that bod, the chest.
Showing off that bod. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He looks good.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. And another one who's funny in this movie too. Kind of not much to go off of, but he really just puts his pizzazz on it.
Yes.
He's fantastic.
It's a quick little scene, but it is kind of. I mean, all right, Lolita Davidovich. Okay, your man walked out on you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what weeks?
Weeks she has to pay this mortgage somehow,
right?
This house.
It's just, when he talks about it, he's like, oh, first date jitters. And it's like, this is the first date? You're already talking about taking these children to D.C., to the Smithsonian and all these things? It's like, pump the brakes. Hold on a minute. But she was wasting no time because you're right. Got to pay that mortgage. Got to get things going.
Yeah. It's so interesting, though, when the father does leave and he goes and he gets in his car and it's like, this nice hot rod. You're like, okay, so is this telegraphing to us, the audience, that dad is already going through his midlife crisis?
He's already kind of checked out.
Yeah.
He's already had one foot out the door for years.
He bought the sports car. He's like, he's ready. He's ready to go. He's leaving the station wagon, and now mom Lolita Davidovich is starting to dress like Nancy Sinatra. And why shouldn't she? She looks fabulous.
Why not? She looks great.
She looks great.
Oh my God! Yeah, that scene where it's like, how short is that skirt? How tall are those boots? It's good. I love it.
Why do you dress like that? Like how?
We get a little brief appearance from Rumor Willis.
Rumor Willis.
You know that it was a Demi movie when Rumor was somewhere in that movie.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and she's very adorable in it, and she's great. She's very cute, and I mean, yeah, she does a great job for being just this tiny little thing in this movie. Like she does exactly what's expected of her.
When she tells Hank Azaria that his scarf is pretty.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cute. She's like, your scarf is so pretty.
Was this the same year?
Cute.
Oh no, Striptease came out in '96.
Okay, so I think the trivia noted that this was Rumor's first movie.
I mean, yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be. Yeah.
She just looks like, especially here, she looked like a little baby Bruce Willis. But she's so cute.
No, she really does. And especially too when she walks into her bedroom during earlier on in the movie when the parents are fighting. Yeah, and you could see it. She's just she's a little Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we were talking about when earlier in the day I was thinking, Demi is giving this voiceover as Samantha. So I mean, ultimately that's our POV as the audience. Scott's big question was,
where is this POV coming from?
Is she writing a book about
Is she writing a book about her life? I don't know. I would have liked to have seen something like that, maybe as the very first scene of the movie to at least give some context of where this VO is coming from. I don't know.
Like, because could this be like her next book? Maybe like she's revisiting this story of Dear Johnny and everything because I know she likes sci-fi, but maybe she can do something different. Who knows? You know, people write different things, but like
adventure.
it would have been interesting if that's why her character was selected, just to give us a little more backstory and maybe even like a little bit of a future story. I don't know. Like it's just. Yeah, because it could have been Teeny because maybe she's doing research for a movie. Like it could have been her, you know, like it could have been.
Chrissy has the moment of just like, I don't get your books. I didn't get your last book. You should write something more accessible.
But I like that
But
I like that she at least reads them though.
She did. She still supports her friend. She didn't get it, but she. Yeah, so she at least was a good friend.
And I believe that she read it and just didn't understand any of it, but was just like, I'm going to finish this book. This is my friend's book. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to read it.
Well, Teeny has that line at the end of the movie where Mel says that she sends Pete a Christmas card with some cash every year.
Yeah.
So she at least has a mailing address.
Yeah.
And is somewhat keeping up with him.
For Crazy Pete.
Yeah.
And then she got it sent back to him because he had passed away.
Yeah.
Because Roberta said, he died last year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It could have been interesting to, like, even for any one of them to be a different POV in terms of doing the narration, what would have been the reason for it? Yeah, it would have been interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, I do think that the bookend portions really work. I think there's some there's some great comedic stuff in there. I think they all work well together. You know, the little Red Rover scene at the end.
Like, I want to see more scenes of adult them. I mean, we mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Their adult counterparts just hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's not enough to justify breaking up the story. There needed to be some kind of arc for. I think in order to do that, there needs to be an arc for those characters.
Yeah,
like in Fried Green Tomatoes, you know, Kathy Bates' character is having this journey of finding herself throughout the.
Right.
We come back to the present, but in here, it's just one afternoon, really, of them hanging out and then ultimately Chrissy having the baby. So there's not a lot of room for growth for them in those scenes.
Sure.
So there's really no reason to come back narratively. But we as the audience are yearning for it.
It would have been interesting. I think what could have worked is because when they first walked into the house, and I think it was Teeny that said, wow, it's just like your mom had it. I think it would have been interesting to hear what happened. Like, if there was to have been another point in the movie, I wonder if we could have heard what happened to, like, how, like, because her mom must have passed away. It would have been interesting to hear maybe some reflection on her mom's not here, but she's about to become a mom. Like, I feel like that could have happened because of the setting and because of that line. So I think that could have easily happened, but obviously we didn't get it.
Yeah. Or what if they're recounting the story to each other and the break-in is like, oh, wait, that's not how it happened. And then someone comes in and is like,
remember this differently. This is what really happened.
Yeah, and changes it up a little bit or continues the story or something. That they're like, but we need a reason for them to be. You reminisce. You can just be like, remember that one summer, and then they just start talking about it.
Yeah.
But I think they could bring it back of like someone saying, okay, well, you weren't there for this part. And it's like, or somebody recounting something that the other one didn't know. So
right.
Because
it is kind of random, even how when Sam drops the fact that, like, oh, did you guys know that Pete was Dear Johnny's dad? Like, it does kind of just come out of nowhere real quickly. Like, it is, it's kind of it's not the smoothest line transition.
I can't believe she didn't tell anybody all those years.
Yeah.
She kept that secret the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, why? Just tell them.
Just tell. Why? Yeah. Why wait? Or why did you wait so long? I don't know.
I'm reading my notes right now. Yeah. The cans connected to the house. Is it too much?
With the bells and
with
all.
The bells. Was this ever done in real life?
No, that screamed 90s movie to me. You know, it's like, it kind of had like a Little Rascals kind of a feel to it with, you know, creating these like kid things. Like, no kids ever really did. I didn't do anything like that, you know? I don't know.
They gave him walkie-talkies. They gave him walkie-talkies. They let girls, girls have walkies. I mean, come on. Walkie-talkies are not gendered toys, so.
Brendan Fraser is the vet with the pierced ear.
Brendan Fraser. Oh, my goodness.
He's
I
like
had completely
The year
forgotten
before
about
he
this
did
scene.
George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good in this movie.
Oh, he looks great.
My mom
and-
says all
Yeah.
hippies are sex fiends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, we were Scott was questioning a straight guy having an earring in 1970, even if he
All
just
I'm
came back
saying-
from the war.
Yep.
I know it's true, and I guess the hippie thing would be the I mean, like,
Yeah.
like that makes sense. You know, I guess that like why she would say that, like, because the hippie and the counterculture movement was all
Yeah.
definitely happening at that time. Because I don't know, you know, she didn't call him gay, obviously.
Right.
So I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
Long
guess
way
the
from
hippie.
San Francisco.
Yeah, right.
But
It makes sense, I guess, the hippie thing. And then when he like takes the drag of his cigarette, laughs, and he's like, "You're a trip." 'Cause
yeah,
she just,
You're, what? Yeah,
it's so funny. Yeah,
I mean, I'm guessing this is like a serious moment in the movie, you know, where he's talking about the war and all that. You killed
Yeah.
your buddy, and like,
yeah,
not because I wanted to, and all that, and he was injured and everything. It's an interesting little side track, but
I think it
Yeah.
works.
no, it does
Yeah.
work because these are
It
like
works.
memories of things that happened to you as kids, you know, stuff like that happens.
And of course, at that time too, like hitchhiking was still very much a thing, or somebody walking down the road like that. Like, so it definitely has its place in terms of like the era. Like, it all makes sense, and
for sure.
also like if it didn't acknowledge Vietnam, I think like it doesn't take anything away from the movie, but I think it does. It still just like adds to it, and just to represent the era more truthfully and like what really happened.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Yeah. Because for the most part, the movie is a little lighter in tone.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It never
Yeah.
gets too dark or anything like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
and this doesn't absolutely doesn't like bring down the tone, or it's not jarring in any way. It's not like, oh, that's out of place. It fits in with it. So I think they do a really good job of towing the line of like having these girls like have a moment.
How did they find out about Dear Johnny's death? Was it something that they found in Cloris Leachman's attic?
That was
they figured it out. Yes.
that was why they went to the library on the big bike ride.
Yeah.
Was because their library burnt down or something, and they said all the records were lost.
The library burnt down, so all the records before 19. I think they said it was 1948. Everything that was lost, but
They had to go to the county library,
right, and they've got everything.
Yeah.
But did they say how far? Like, she was like, "We can't go there on our bikes," but everyone else
We
was
saw
like,
At one point, after they left, when they were having their little sandwiches,
"Yeah,
after they left and they got on the road again, it
Yeah.
said 9 miles to where
Oh,
they
did
were
it?
going.
Okay,
And that
okay.
was already a break.
Sure.
So
maybe
I don't know,
it's-
let's say it was about 15 miles
15,
ish,
yeah.
something like that on a bike.
yeah." So I mean, that is a lot. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Round trip.
not easy.
Yeah.
That's definitely. Oh, but that scene where they're having the sandwiches, and she's talking about the
pudding.
Yeah, and
How
like
do you
because
get
it was
pudding
real
in a
and the
balloon?
texture.
I don't know how you get pudding in a
I
balloon.
was discussing this with a coworker last
Oh, no.
night when I mentioned that we were recording Now and Then, and she's like, the least believable part about the movie Now and Then is how do you get pudding in a balloon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that the Warmers gave her the idea because they had Jell-O in the balloons, which also, I guess you could put the powder and then the water in, and then I guess that.
But
Yeah.
you can get water in a
Would
balloon.
you have to put it in a syringe?
Because water is
Yeah.
it's usually from the tap or a hose, so there's force. The water is being forced in there.
Yeah.
And Jell-O could be, in its liquid form, but you can't pour it out of the. I don't know how that.
Oh
works.
no.
I don't know how this works. I think this is a figment of movie magic, and just
This is Hollywood.
This
Yes.
is Hollywood, darling. This is
Yeah.
a suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, exactly. But those, when it's like, it feels more real, the texture and the weight to them. And then Roberta being like, well, you're going to get them and you'll just hate them. It's like, it's very funny. And, and they even, because then they make fun of Chrissy too. When when they talk about how, would you tongue kiss a boy and that, you could get pregnant? And, and they're like, well, you can't get pregnant from kissing. She goes, I know that, but but it can lead to it. They can't help it. It's the male curse. And I just think that's so funny. The male curse. Oh my God.
Once you start French kissing, you just gotta go through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, that seems great. But listen, if the ground is flat and there's no big hills that they're going up or down,
you can make some good.
You
can make some good time on a bike,
especially you got the whole day.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
I mean, they still have time to have this conversation with the vet, have lunch, steal boys' clothes, and still get there before closing.
Yep. That's pretty amazing.
And home before dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were, I guess I knew this, but we were looking at and noticing that a black cow is a Coke float.
Oh, yeah, with the diner scene.
Yeah,
yes.
Wiladene was like 4 black cows, and she gave them 4 mugs with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and a bottle of Coke.
I mean, it sounds good.
Oh, okay. A black cow is a Coke
I've
float.
never heard of it as a black cow. I've never heard that before. I feel like, I don't know if I've ever done it with Coke, like a root beer float.
Yeah,
I've absolutely had that,
Coke,
but I guess I've never done it with Coke. But
yeah, I have. So there is a old-fashioned pharmacy in our neighborhood that has a soda fountain in it.
Oh, cool.
The Fair Oaks Pharmacy. And they still, for the longest time, in the 90s when my brothers were young and my sister and I were teenagers, we would go there, and then there were 2 old-fashioned soda fountains in Pasadena in the 90s. Yeah, there was the Fair Oaks Pharmacy and Soda Jerks. And we would alternate, and we would take the boys. And yeah, they had all that. They would have flavored sodas, but they would make the soda there. So they had the Coke, and then they would have, they would do cherry, vanilla, lemon, or chocolate flavor
that
in
sounds
Coke.
So good.
Yeah. And
you see it show up in a lot of movies and TV.
I mean, old time, old 50s.
Definitely do.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
sure.
but he's talking about our farm. You're talking about our farm, the Fair Oaks Pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
Oh, you mean the actual?
Yeah.
Oh, I
They
thought you
use
just meant the concept of it itself, but I didn't realize you meant the actual place.
Yeah, the actual location
really cool.
in our neighborhood. They use it in as a location because it does look like an old timey pharmacy, and there's an actual pharmacy attached where you can get your prescriptions filled, and then there's the soda fountain in the front. And for the longest time, they did food. Like they would have, they had a full kitchen there, and they would have. I forget what an egg cream is, but on the menu it would say black cow and all that stuff.
Okay.
But I remember I would always get vanilla Cokes, like with the vanilla flavoring, and lemon Coke. Lemon Coke is interesting. But that's a kind of thing that by the 70s this is going out of fashion, but you could still
and especially in these small towns like where this takes place in the fictional Shelby, Indiana. It would absolutely still be a thing there.
Yes. So I was reading that this whole gas lamp edition was something from the writer's actual hometown.
Yes, I read that as well because it was that was the name, the original script or the original concept of the movie. The title was supposed to be the Gaslight Addition.
Okay,
and then when it changed to Now and Then, that I don't know, but I imagine at the beginning of the movie they prominently featured the Gaslight Addition sign, and so I guess maybe they kept that in for the writer just for their own nostalgia's sake, but. They kept that in and that they really focus on it. So the Gaslight Edition. Yeah.
There's still remnants of gas street lamps in South Pasadena.
Are there?
Yeah, it's where the bridge is on Fair Oaks. There you can see that it's
coming out of the top.
A place where you would have put like a gas lamp.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And I think that there's other places in the neighborhoods where you can see that.
Yeah. But I thought that was such a specific note that this neighborhood has gas lamps throughout it. I was like, this has to be. This is such a writery thing for for that to be. The gas lamp edition. Then I read that was the neighborhood that she grew up in and all of that. So I thought that was very cute and a nice little nod.
Nice tribute.
Yeah. They kept it in there. Yeah.
What was the shooting title of this with the gas lamp?
That Gas Lamp Edition.
The Gaslight Edition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But when it changed to Now and Then, I don't know. I don't know why the title
I'm not super familiar with the Beatles song Now and Then.
Like, is it? Yeah, I know that there is a Beatles song called Now and Then, but is it a hit? I don't know.
I don't really know it.
Like, is this a Pretty Woman thing that they're saying? Because Now and Then is like it's a turn of phrase. So I'm not necessarily thinking song title. I'm just thinking, a turn of phrase that you say. So to me, that's what it comes across as.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that naming movies after song titles is kind of a thing. But,
absolutely, yeah. But I'm sure I've heard the song. It just never has come to mind, or I can't recall it.
I think it was released as a single from the Beatles. I'm not seeing that it's on one of their major albums.
One last thing before we wrap up. We were talking about the fact that if our home or anybody that we knew, if you could climb up onto the roof and see the drive-in.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
We
would be there every single weekend.
Live up there.
I would be up there every single night.
Yeah.
Every single night. And I love that it was Love Story, and she's up there and she knows all the lines with it.
Yeah.
And it is kind of funny. Like, she's up on the roof doing her thing, and it's below her country clubbing parents are having that, like, huge party or whatever.
Yeah.
This ice storm party happening in the living room.
Yes. And it also gives me the vibe that maybe like her country club parents and like the way that they're passing around that tray of martinis. I was like, are they maybe even swingers down there? Like, does it give you that kind of vibe?
Who's taking who home? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was like, they're putting their keys in the bowl. It's happening. And then you got their little 12-year-old daughter on the roof.
Just because they have kids doesn't mean they still don't want to have a martini and fondue party.
That's
But
correct.
I love that Thora just calls them assholes.
Yes,
her relationship with her parents is very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know them. They're assholes.
We don't.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We loved young Teeny's bedroom had all those built-ins.
I love her color story in her bedroom.
Yeah.
It's very charming.
Would have loved that bedroom.
Yeah.
I still want that. I'd have that bedroom now if I could. Are you kidding? Yes, it's beautiful.
Even with the orange and yellow color scheme, we'll still take it.
I'll still take it. Yeah. And and she's got her Marilyn Monroe posters like that. Like, clearly that's her idol and is emulating everything that she does. Not just because she wants to be an actress, but also it's like the ideal woman. It's all of that. Like, that is her role model.
Yeah. Scott was talking a little bit about Thora, who also has a bit of a counterculture upbringing as well.
Her
much
parents
like Gaby.
were in the adult entertainment industry in the 70s. I think her parents were adult film stars. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. But Scott mentioned the story that I think Thora Birch tells the story, right? Of going for Ghost World.
It's Ghost World is one of my favorite movies. I love Thora in Ghost World. It's an incredible performance, but she talks about on the Criterion documentary that role was offered to Christina Ricci, and she initially accepted it. Thora really wanted the role, and she ran into Christina's agent around town, and her agent was just like, she asked her about the Ghost World script. It's like, what's happening with the Ghost World script? And they're like, well, I think Christina's just going to pass. She feels like she's already done material like this. She kind of wants to get away from roles for young people. It's just not going to be her thing. And she's like, interesting. And then she pursues Terry Zwigoff really like adamantly for that role.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they initially wanted her.
I mean, you get the insider trading information and you take it.
Run with
and
it.
She's so good in Ghost World. I love that performance.
Yeah.
An actress that I really enjoy that I would like to see her work more, even if it's just for television stuff. I know that she was cast on Wednesday and she dropped out over, I think,
heard
family
it was a
issues.
Family.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then it was Christina Ricci. Right?
That's
so fascinating how they can, even all this time later, like,
their
crazy.
careers are still just crossing like that.
Yeah. We'd love to see. I think, are we supposed to get one more season of Yellow Jackets? I think, do we get one more?
I think that they're filming something. I think they're filming it right
Are they
now.
like? She'd be great on that in some capacity. I don't know. It just would be fun to see them reunite on something like that. Even I think she could play in that world very well if she, if she wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
Thora Birch, that is, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I do see in her upcoming on her filmography. For better or for worse, she is going to be in a Hurricane Bianca sequel.
I mean, work, I guess. The roots of all evil. Mm-hmm. She's not anywhere in Stop That Train.
No, not quite.
That's true. Oh, boy.
But, yeah, I mean, we love this cast. This cast is great. I think we would be remiss if we did not mention that Ashleigh Aston Moore did pass away in 2007.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah.
It says pneumonia and bronchitis, so I'm not really sure what the specific circumstances are with that. That's not really important, but she did pass away.
Yeah, very sad.
It is sad.
A few years ago. And so, but everybody else is still, of the main cast are still with us, and most of them are still doing really great work.
There's an early shot of Melanie Griffith. I think that it's when she steps in the house of Rita Wilson.
In her First Wives Club.
Because I don't immediately think of either Dawn Johnson or Melanie Griffith when I see Dakota, but there was a way that she was shot. There was a way that she positioned her face that I was like, there's Dakota right there. There she is. That I could see her. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, I want to go back then and find that moment.
Yeah, we'll find it and freeze frame it and see if we can take a photo of it, see if it translates.
But I saw Dakota.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I kind of was a little dismissive of this movie.
I grew up with this movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah. I love this movie, grew up with it. I mean, I would get it from Hollywood Video all the time. Then I got the DVD of it.
Love it.
I still have my DVD.
We have an old DVD of it. It was funny to look up the film, the filmographies taken from
the special features,
the Internet Movie Database, and just see how far they go.
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's fun. And the DVD case for it was the old school. It was the cardboard with the little plastic on the end. Do you remember? Like, they don't make cases like that anymore.
Those were the old New Line cases.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
was yours like that?
No, I think that we have a newer.
Oh, you got a plastic
I think that we
one.
have a newer edition of the DVD, but it's the same. It's the same print, though.
It's the same print. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mine is, I think it was the first release with that little plastic and the cardboard, all of that. Yeah, and then New Line Cinema. We don't even have that anymore.
I mean, it's still around, but it's everything is just Warner.
Or is it, okay.
They use it as branding now for a lot of the Conjuring movies. That it's still the logo still comes up, but it all just goes out of. It's all just Warner.
Okay, got it. I think
they had to chop up New Line when the Golden Compass lost so much money. I think that's kind of what acts New Line as a separate studio.
Oh, so long ago. Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, we could probably talk about Now and Then all day.
I mean, I think this is this episode closing out Pride Month? I think it is.
Oh, is it going to be one of our the last for June?
Uh-oh. Hold on, let me double check. It is. Yeah, this is our last episode of Pride Month.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, in our headcanon,
Roberta's a lesbian.
Does come out.
Roberta's a lesbian. Yeah. We have Brendan Fraser. We have Devon Sawa. We have Hank Azaria. Like, and then we have Rosie O'Donnell. You know, I mean, like, there's a lot in this movie. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Oh man, Michael, this was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much for having me back. I love doing this with you guys. And when this movie, this is so fun. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're always welcome on the show.
We're going to make it to New York City one day.
Yes!
We're going to make it there one day. I just know it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yes. And we're always looking out for you. I know you're doing guest spots on other shows. We mentioned your latest guest spot on our friends over at Once Upon a VHS.
So great episode. Fairy Tale, A True Story.
Yeah, listeners, go check that episode out. Lots of fun with Michael over there. So.
Yay.
Yeah, so keep coming at us with some great suggestions for some awesome movies, and you're more than welcome to come on again.
Absolutely. I'm ready for a third time.
Awesome. Well, listeners, do not go anywhere. There's plenty more shows still coming. We will be right back. Welcome back, friends.
I'm glad that you came around to this movie.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I do enjoy this movie, and now
I enjoy this
definitely feeling like it's going to be something that we can just put on.
I love revisiting
of an evening.
I love revisiting this movie. I mean, if you gave me both Stand By Me and Now and Then, both of our DVDs, I think I'm reaching for Now and Then.
Different vibes.
Different, very different movies.
It needs a very specific kind of feeling for you to watch because it is heavy.
Now and Then's more like hanging out with the girls.
Sure.
You're hanging out with your best gals.
Your old pals. Love it.
It's summer break.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much to Michael Valvo for coming on and talking with us about this super fun movie. And listeners, thank you for sticking around to the very end, as usual.
Go check out Michael's most recent appearance on Once Upon a VHS, where they talk about Fairy Tale, A True Story. A movie that I always felt like I was better than when I was a kid. Huh. When it came out, I'm like, I'm not watching that trash. This kiddie movie. But when I watched it, when they covered it, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's kind of, if you kind of think of the 90s family movies like The Secret Garden.
Sure.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah. I'm very much like those liars.
Well, that's a very fascinating story too.
Yeah, I know. It's a whole thing. It's a whole episode.
But yeah, go check out their episode. It's really good.
I think that they lied. So yeah, thank you guys again for sticking around to the very end. Go check out Michael's other work on Once Upon a VHS and on our show as well.
Yeah, we most recently did a guest appearance with them for Labyrinth too. Mm-hmm. That just came out.
Yeah. But we've also worked with Michael before.
Yes.
Yes. So check all of that out while you're looking for some podcasts to listen to. Yes, we did some not Chad Michael Murray. What's his name? You can fix this.
Devon Sawa.
Yeah. Some
talked about him today.
Devon Sawa double features. So, but now I think it is time. We're going to step into the Wayback Machine.
We're going to do the weekly rewind. All right, so we've been really using that A-list.
Mama.
I used it 3 times this week.
Yeah. I checked out my June. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're losing money on us.
I mean, they are raising the price in July, but I do feel like if you go to movies, it is a very good investment.
If you utilize it, our big thing, go twice.
Is it probably like $8 a movie?
For the amount of movies we've seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something like that. So, yeah, I mean, we are definitely utilizing it. We're definitely getting our money's worth. We're racking up those points and getting our little $5 rewards here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And we love it. Not that this is sponsored by AMC, but maybe it should be. But, yeah, that's how we're able to go to the movies as much as we do because it is an expensive endeavor. But
we did 3 AMCs this week. Or, I mean, I did.
Different AMCs.
Yeah, I did 3 AMCs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how we roll.
All right. Well, let's get into what we just saw. We saw a sneak preview night of Supergirl, Craig Gillespie's Supergirl in the James Gunn DC universe. Is it called anything?
I think it's just the DCU.
The DCU.
DCEU.
Okay, well, that's kind of lazy. So we saw that last night. I was kind of surprised the A-list worked for that because sometimes...
Because it was a Wednesday.
Because sometimes for the early screenings in the week, your A-list doesn't work for them. I think it's usually when they're giving something away.
Yeah, this was a fan screening or a fan early screening because typically, movies are theoretically released on Fridays, and the Thursday evening shows they start releasing tickets Thursdays for the evening shows, probably 6 or 7.
We saw Disclosure Day at 2 on Thursday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're starting to slowly. Thursday was always a sneak preview night, and typically it was late night Thursday
for the big movies.
Now it's Thursday. Yeah. Matinees, and even further, it's Wednesday late shows.
I think for huge movies, they just want to get a jump start on making money for the week.
So we saw Wednesday 10 p.m. showing because Wednesday night is our Saturday night, just based on our schedules. So 10 p.m. showing of Supergirl, and thank you, thank you, Craig Gillespie, that this movie is an hour and 47 minutes.
God bless. I mean, does it feel like over 2 hours? Maybe.
No.
I think it feels long.
It was brisk and snappy.
I think it feels a little long.
And zippy.
I think the last half feels long.
Well.
I kind of have mixed feelings about this movie. I really enjoy James Gunn's Superman from last year with our corn girl.
Our little corny.
With little corny.
David Corny.
I think that his scenes are my favorite of this movie, but I don't know if this movie did it for me as a whole. I like her. I think that Millie Alcock is really good in it, but I think there's just something about the script.
So what you're saying is this movie didn't feel good on the whole.
Yes.
No, I get it. This movie is not 100%. This is not going to be certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. This is. I think she did a great job.
Yeah.
I think that this movie will suffer from like "Ain't No Bitches Be Catching No Ghosts,"
Sure,
which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
do I not like women that I didn't care for the Supergirl movie?
Yeah, see, we're not going there. Clearly, I mean, we're talking about. You know, we can't be gay. We love women.
A director that I normally really enjoy, Craig Gillespie's movies,
right.
But I kind of wonder, is he not a great fit to direct a movie like this?
Listen, this was my thing with the direction of the movie. There were 3 big action fight set pieces, right? And in all 3, I was just like, and this movie we saw it on an IMAX screen, so those scenes are all the ones that are blown up for IMAX, full screen, and I'm sitting there going, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I know we were sitting close, but
I can't follow the action because it was so like framed weirdly. Like usually big action sequences like that are kind of framed from further away so you can see what's going on. But to me, at least, it was framed oddly.
It's the type of thing that James Gunn probably does really well, and I didn't even know it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing. This movie felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It felt like it fits into that universe.
Which I get. That's
just fine.
Probably unavoidable when you have Jim Gunn.
You've got some fun little indie needle drops in there. All right, we had.
She would be the girl that listens to Rilo
Kiley, and there was another one in there.
I appreciate that.
That I was like,
the Jimmy World cover was
crazy.
It was weird,
crazy. I had heard that cover before. And
I've never heard that cover,
and it was a strange choice. I get a slow mo fight to a stripped down.
A pop song that you're super familiar with.
But just a stripped down song with like a slow guitar and singing with a slow-mo fight behind it. I think we've seen that, but the song, I get it.
That's something that Superman last year did really well, too.
See.
Is the music choices for the action sequences.
Right. I think that they were just like, oh, this is a James Gunn joint. We've got to do these cool needle drops, and they felt like they were almost shoehorned in. I think that the script was fun. I really liked Millie. I really liked the scene with those like marauder girls that like hijacked the bus. Mm-hmm. This like intergalactic bus. That scene was really cute.
I want to spin off with just them.
Yeah, they were fierce. I love them. This little girl, Eve Ridley,
She was good.
She was good.
She kind of had the most satisfying character arc of anybody in the movie.
Right. We really saw a lot of growth from her, and I would imagine that she's going to be moving forward with Kara's story. Does this movie make me want to rewatch 1984's Supergirl starring Helen Slater?
Ooh, I would have loved...
Maybe.
I would have loved a Selene character in this movie. Like a lady villain.
I was just kind of like, where's that little spinning ball orb thing? I liked the stuff on Argo City. That was fun. We were talking about the chronology of the movie. There's a lot of flashbacks to Argo City.
I found my favorite scenes of the movie were the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Which
would it have benefited from just showing it in order?
Yeah, maybe.
Start with Argo City. I mean, that's the not the curse of a Superman movie, but a lot of these
They feel
superhero
like they
movies
can't do it now.
Origin stories that we're just like, how many times can we see it?
But it's just kind of funny that I found the most satisfying scenes were the flashbacks.
Because this was done in a different way. You know, we've seen Krypton exploding how many times?
And this is
by
like
how many directors?
This is like a little Krypton that's like in its own little bubble, right?
It's a city.
Like its own little city. Yeah.
It was very like Atlantis. Like the city, like all of it exploding, but just they make this force field, and the main part of the city is all that's left. And Argo City is where she's from, and it's like the last remaining, you know. And in 1984, Supergirl, it was in like the fifth dimension. I don't know. It was weird.
They're like floating in outer space.
Yeah. So it was an interesting and fun way of showing that lore. But, you know, I think at the end of it, I was like, okay, that was fun. It was nice that it was a 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's not a short movie, but...
I mean, comic book movies usually run
short,
over 2 hours.
It's short for a comic book movie. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, ooh, they barely had footage to stitch it together. No, it was feature, you know. But for a comic book movie, it felt like, all right, this is good. Nice little package. Am I interested to see more? Kara Zor-El, Supergirl?
I mean, I'm excited to see her come up in a Superman movie.
Right.
Which that's probably going to be the plan, because I know that they're filming the sequel to James Gunn's Superman right now.
There's a lot of footage of him, and, you know, spot the difference in the costumes. His hair was
there's
different.
a line where she says, "Why are you in your underwear?"
Right.
So does that mean that the Superman suit is meant to be worn under clothes then?
No, I think it's just a funny joke for the audience because
of the red briefs.
The briefs,
I was thinking too hard on it.
Yeah.
Of like the function of the suit on Krypton.
Well, that's Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
They're all wearing it underneath their like armor or whatever.
Okay.
That was the intention of Zack Snyder's costuming, to make it like a real world situation.
I considered
I can see that.
I considered doing this as a numbered
Standalone
episode with Billy.
Yeah.
I feel like,
but now that we watched it,
I feel like I would have been too hard on
thinking
it.
That,
if I would have, if we would have covered this as a numbered episode.
Yes. Shout out to Billy Roach, our Superman expert, in-house straight friend who enjoys.
Love to
DC.
find out what Billy thought of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything Supergirl.
Absolutely.
And I'm not very familiar with the comic that they're really adapting.
This is Woman of Tomorrow.
And I know that the Supergirl look of the trench coat,
right?
Like the coat, that all comes from that.
Yes. Yeah. Supergirl with a skirt, you know. And I'm sorry to this girl from The Flash, who was going to be our first, or who was our first Latina Supergirl.
Sure. I was remembering that.
They just said, sorry.
Ezra Miller Flash did have a Supergirl in it.
Yeah, they sure did. And
I remember liking her scenes in the movie too.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
I think her scenes, Sasha Calle, I think she's Colombian. I think that her scenes were really fun.
Like one of the best parts of the movie.
Good job. Her super suit, because this is in the Snyderverse, it's just the full like pants, no brief, no skirt.
Yeah.
I like Supergirl in a little skirt.
I like having the skirt.
Yeah. But I'm sorry to you, Sasha.
How did you feel about okay, so I wrote his name in my notes so I can pronounce it correctly. Matthias Schoenaerts.
Schoenaerts. Yeah.
I am familiar with this actor, and
Schoenaerts.
I could barely recognize him with all that makeup.
Sure.
Which I liked.
I'm not super
I'm familiar with
him.
this actor, and I was like, oh yeah, that's that Danish actor.
Yeah.
He does that lazy
he's
movie thing where
Belgian.
a character that you don't like, they eat. That's a very hacky thing that they do in movies.
Just eating food.
You're not supposed to like this character because they're eating something.
Well, you either get characters you're not supposed to like, or people who work in like the Undertaker,
the morgue.
Anytime you see someone in the morgue, anytime you see
sandwich.
something doing something gross, they have to eat food.
Yeah,
because that's funny. How can you eat food and do your gross job?
I thought his makeup appliances were really cool.
It was very interesting.
I thought all of the makeup was very well done.
There was really great makeup effects in this movie, and you could tell a lot of the aliens were there in camera, in the room with them. And
he's not doing a motion capture performance.
No.
You can tell that's
all
makeup.
But all those Marauder girls, Yeah, a lot of the aliens in the bus, like everybody felt like they were there and in the room and in a costume.
I don't know if I'm sold on Crypto.
No,
on that
Crypto,
damn dog.
The damn super dog feels like a CGI dog.
Yeah.
Still to this day. I'm sorry.
I can't get on board.
And Jason Momoa as Sheriff Lobo, I know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are out there
looking like he's making the Gritty Crow reboot.
People are out there riding hard for Sheriff Lobo, but I feel like he just looks like the lost member of Kiss. Mm-hmm. It was giving me Gene Simmons. I wasn't getting the Crow. I was getting Gene Simmons. That character lifts.
Yeah, he does nothing.
Right out.
He's the Woody in Toy Story 5.
This character provides nothing to this movie other than we want to put Lobo in the movie.
Yeah.
And we're not big DC readers, so we know nothing about this character. So again, apologies if you love Sheriff Lobo and all of his shenanigans.
Does this character really have that big of a following?
I think so.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, not me. I feel like this is Jason Momoa's. Remember when Channing Tatum really wanted to be Gambit? I think it was that.
Sure.
I think even before Aquaman, he was like, "Can I please be Lobo in these movies?" And they're like, "You can be Aquaman."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I guess."
We'll think about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's that thing where people really ride hard for this very esoteric character. But
interesting.
It's not necessarily as widely known. But, yeah. So that was Supergirl. I still recommend it. I still say go see it. You know,
I have more mixed feelings about it.
And there's a big thing on X and Threads and stuff about Millie and like her being mid.
Oh well, fuck all of them.
Yeah. But do you remember there was a big thing out there about fucking
Margot Robbie
being mid. So, you know,
like
all these
dorks
fucking
wish that they could
beards,
score a chick that hot.
Just stay in your room gooning and whatever to whatever. But like, listen, yeah. Millie Alcock is not mid. Supergirl is super cute. Mm-hmm. We love it. And shut the hell up. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of weird trolls coming out. But we got to shut that out.
Yeah.
We don't like it for merit.
No.
Yeah.
We made it to a gay Australian horror movie. I love this little wave of
Australian
every year we've been getting a Australian horror movie. Talk to Me, Bring Her Back, and now Leviticus. This is not made by the directors of Talk to Me and Bring Her Back.
Right. Talk to Me, which I often refer to as Talk to the Hand.
Talk to the Hand. Yep.
Because the hand is like a part of the thing. Should have been called Talk to the Hand.
You never saw Bring
That would be
Her
the
Back.
In Living Color.
Yeah.
Like,
that would have been
about it. I didn't see Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back is good.
I
like Bring Her Back.
I got some crazy reviews about that.
Sally Hawkins is really good in Bring Her Back.
Sure.
Not for the faint of heart. There's some pretty gross scenes in that movie.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So Leviticus is kind of a gay conversion therapy gone wrong horror movie.
It's being compared to It Follows
Get a
for
little
obvious
It Follows,
reasons.
Yes, indeed. But I mean, listen, these two leads, Joe,
I thought they were both really good.
Bird and Stacey Clausen. First of all, they are children.
Oh, a boy named Stacy. I love that. Stacey Clausen is very cute.
Stacey Clausen is a very
I mean, so is Joe Bird has a
boy,
very striking face.
And Joe Bird is as well.
Joe Bird matched really well with Mia Wasikowska. He really looks like her son.
The fact that Miss Mia Alice herself is playing the mother to a teenage son.
Well, she's just
she's
a young mom.
I know.
Yeah.
Not even young mom. She's born in 1989.
She had him when she was probably like 22.
Yeah. This woman is old enough to be the mother of a teenager. I don't like it. So this movie was moody. It set a really good tone. I thought it was done really well. There was a man in front of us who had his camera out. He was trying to take a picture of the title card.
Fucking dork.
And had his camera out and on and against his chest. But it was a thing where he was sitting not in front of me, in front of the person next to me, so that I could see his phone was right through the crack of the seats.
Oh, I hate that.
And I said out loud, this motherfucker better not be filming this whole movie. And him and his like husband both turned around and looked at me, and I'm like, yeah,
put your damn phone away.
Put your fucking phone away. And then it was that thing where we didn't get a title card. There was a little short scene.
Yeah.
So he didn't get it. He ended up just putting his phone away.
Good.
Because it like didn't happen for the longest time. And he's like, well, I can't just sit here with my fucking phone open, with the camera open for 10 minutes. So he finally put his phone away. He was through looking at Instagram the entire time until that very moment. I was like, you motherfucker, put this shit away. And they were older. They were like they were like gray hairs.
They should know better.
I was like, you bitches. Stop taking pictures of the goddamn screen.
It's so tacky.
Do not do it. Keep your phone in your pocket. But this movie itself was what did you think of that girl? Okay, this is a religious community. These are people that do some crazy religious shit for their gay children, and we go to one of their homes, and one of the kids is putting together a puzzle, and it's like Black Phillip.
It's the goat. It's the demonic goat.
It's black. I'm like, where do you even get a puzzle of a big black goat?
Do you have to order that off Etsy?
Crazy.
Like an Etsy seller selling the witch merch or something.
Yeah. But no, I thought this movie was.
I thought it was very well done.
It was sweet when it needed to be.
Yeah.
The relationship between Ryan, played by Stacey Clausen, and Naeem.
You have to say it in the Australian accent. Naeem.
It's spelled that way.
Yeah.
Naim. Naeem. But they all said name.
Mia Wasikowska
His
was
name
calling
is
him name, and I'm
Name.
just like, what the fuck is she saying?
Name.
Name.
I was like, is his name Name? And yeah, it is. Naim. Name. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fresh kind of storyline.
I liked it.
Something that we hadn't seen before.
We're both fascinated just with the country of Australia in general.
Indeed.
And it's such a great setting for a spooky movie like this because sometimes Australia sort of looks like West Covina.
It's the suburbs, but like it's not nice.
But then all of a sudden we're out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
But then there's a strip mall.
Yeah. West Covina don't have no damn wilderness, but they have factories.
But what I'm saying is that you kind of get all of these weird environments.
Yes.
That you're like, where exactly am I?
Yeah.
But I love the Australian setting. I thought that was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, very interesting to see this town. It's a suburban town, but it just seems like there's not. It's not aspirational. It's just like
everybody lives in these depressing houses.
End up, And yeah, I did like their story between Naeem and Ryan. I think that it could have gone a couple of ways, especially with two teenage boys in high school, like finding each other and all that, and with rejection and they're being chased by this entity. But I think that their story was very sweet in the way that they continually found each other through this crazy trauma that they were dealing with.
The IMDb plot synopsis is two teenage boys must escape a violent entity that takes the form of the person they desire the most, each other. I was joking with our friend Michael Morgan that my Leviticus demon would just be Paul Mescal wanting to bash my brains in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure who my Leviticus demon would be. Probably Don Knotts.
Yeah.
I've been staring at you through the window. Somebody had a funny Don Knotts impression. I'll have to find it. At any rate, we both enjoyed Leviticus. This is probably not necessarily going to be, at every multiplex.
I mean, it has somewhat of a wide release. Our theater in LA at the Americana was packed.
Was full. And, God bless. I feel like this is the season, the 2026 early summer is the season for indie horror. And
I mean, they're outgrossing major Hollywood movies right now. So
hopefully Leviticus has these legs that these past few back rooms. And
I think I'm more of a neon girly than A24.
Work.
Yeah.
Love it.
So this last one that we're going to talk about, you were working.
Yes.
So Michael Morgan and I went to Toy Story 5, a movie that I have been talking endless shit about.
Yes.
When I first found out that they were making a fifth Toy Story movie, that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why bother? This is such a shameless cash grab, which it absolutely is a shameless cash grab. That it's Disney wanting to make up for a lot of their animated features underperforming, so they're going to get something that they know will work.
Right.
But I will say there are elements of this movie that I really liked.
Okay.
It's not a perfect movie. We were watching the IGN review. I pretty much agreed with everything Clint was saying about the pacing of this movie. The first half is not great. Woody lifts right out of the story. You don't even need him. But the back half with the big emotional arc of Jesse, I thought was very well done.
Okay.
Made me want to revisit Toy Story 2.
Okay.
I liked a lot of the new characters. The old tech devices I thought were really funny. Conan O'Brien is Smarty Pants. Craig Robinson is the Atlas toy. He's the little hippo.
Oh, okay.
I can't get into the weeds of how technology works in these movies, about what exactly is this lily pad device? What does it connect to? What are the safeguards on this social media app for children?
Yeah.
I can't get into that. Also, just the universe of Toy Story and the rules of these toys.
Right.
Because it seems like they're playing them fast and loose in this movie. Of the amount of shit that these toys can get away with without getting caught. I don't know. I think it's treading a line of reading a little too silly.
Right. It's getting into Saturday morning cartoon territory.
But I still liked it, though.
Okay.
I think it's worth watching.
Okay.
Especially for all of the Jessie stuff. I thought was really well done. And big story callbacks to Toy Story 2.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Right. Sounds good.
When you find out where Jessie came from with her past kid.
I see. Well, I'm excited to see that.
I'll see it again with you.
Okay. Something that I was not excited to see real quick before we wrap up the rewind was a certain trailer that just is baffling.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on with this Tom
Alejandro
Cruise movie?
Gonzalez
This
Inarritu
Inarritu Tom Cruise movie, the trailer looks crazy.
It's a big Tom Cruise circle jerk.
So insane.
I don't like that they left off Legend. What's up with that? Why is Legend not in that montage? Everything else
he doesn't look as triumphant in Legend. He looks like
he's running around with a sword,
gay elf
in armor, looking like Link.
Doesn't have any pants on.
I mean, they say it's the big inspiration for Link.
He doesn't have any pants on.
Yeah, that's a weird trailer. I mean, we'll see about this movie. I mean, everyone's saying this could be Tom Cruise's Oscar.
Ugh.
He has the honorary Oscar.
Ugh.
I think it's a big flex of if you can win a main category after getting an honorary Oscar.
No.
Spike Lee.
Yeah.
That happened to Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with missing that one.
Yeah. That's going to be out, I think, in October.
If it becomes a thing where we see that trailer.
Looks like he's wearing a lot of makeup.
In every movie that we
in
see.
That footage.
It looks
of
like
him
he's
dancing around the office.
If it becomes a thing that we just see that trailer.
I mean, I would think that they're going to have to start to put out a trailer that's more of the story.
I'm going to revolt.
Because, I mean, this is going to be Tom Cruise's Birdman, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you don't really like this director, though.
Nah.
He makes pretty heavy movies.
The movies are. It's not that I don't like the director. It's that the movies are just not my thing because they're a little too heavy.
Nobody talks about Birdman anymore. Nope. A movie that I liked, but I don't think I would ever revisit it.
So what happened? He flew away at the end. What's going on?
I mean, we're talking about ambiguous endings with your mom.
He can fly now? What?
Your mom really didn't like the ending of Birdman.
Oh man, go! I don't know. Am I recommending you watch this trailer?
I mean, you get clips of a lot of great Tom Cruise performances.
Yeah. Well, that's
we're gonna save our thoughts on Drag Race All Stars and the Vampire Lestat, and we have a little
for next week.
A little DVD purchase that we're gonna talk about later.
Yes,
we're gonna save that for next week.
Yeah, for sure. Because
that'll be our TV weekly
not
rewind.
coming until tomorrow, but we'll talk about that on our next week's episode.
Since it's been a big movie weekend.
Yes, indeed. Well, that just means right now It's time for some Patreon shout-outs. Let's check them out. We want to say hello and thank you to all of our wonderful and active patrons, including Charles, Jimmy, Lily, John, Dana, Lisa, both Jonathans, Teresa, Robbie, Ricky, Callum, Chaba, Kitchen Barbie Clubhouse, Ronnie, Matt, Carla, Megan, Andrew, Stephen, SB, Brian, Deja, Amy, Rosalie, Erica, Anna, our friends at How Do You Drew, Andy, Kate, Roberto, Daisy, Kelly, Chrissy, Laura, Thomas, Lori, Brenna, Lawrence, Lisa, Alexis, Thomas, Millie, Benny, Melanie, Susan, Paul, Jamie, Drew, Genevieve, Dawn, Josh, Aaron, Nick and Shannon, Christine, and Rufino. Thank you so much for being patrons.
Join the Movies That Made Us Gay patron at patreon.com/movies that made us gay and get awesome bonus content. We have 3 levels of tiers from a thoughtful donation at the $1 level. At the $5 level, you'll get the TV shows that keep us gay, where we pick a TV show every month and talk about it. At the $10 level, you'll get our Watch With Us commentary, where you can watch a movie along with us. And join today, and you will get a little shout-out on the weekly episode.
Yes, indeed. Head over to your podcast listening application and go ahead and give us a like and follow. You will be notified anytime a new episode drops. If you have an iPad or an iPhone, Apple Podcasts is pre-installed. Go ahead and search Movies That Made Us Gay. And when you do that, scroll down to the very bottom and you can write us a review. We'll read any reviews on an upcoming episode. And don't forget to give us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Go ahead and follow our socials. We're most active on Instagram, where we are at Movies That Made Us Gay. Like all of our posts, comment, share, repost your stories, do all that fun stuff, and all that engagement leads to us finding a larger audience. If you'd like, you can follow our personal socials. My name's Pete. I'm at Peter Lasagna on Instagram.
I'm Scott Youngballer on Instagram, and follow my letterbox.
Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.